Let me make sure we live. As soon as I know we live, I'm gonna kick the intro off and we gonna get going. Yo, what up? It's your boy Trey Little Go Crazy, and I'm back with another video. I'm a rapper, entrepreneur, TikTok over 1.2. On my channel, I've been talking about different things, popular subjects, and trying to talk about learning lessons and different things we could take away from it to improve financially, mentally, spiritually, physically, like all that, right? I just want to help people improve overall. So I attract a lot of artists to my channel because I'm an artist myself, and I do music reviews on Saturdays, and I do like coaching and stuff like that. So people come to my channel for different things. So let me see. Let me make sure we're not lagging real quick and then we can get going. But yeah, talk to me in the chat. Let me know how we looking. So I want to talk about how to be an artist and how to do music and not be a struggling up and coming artist. You know, we always hear about the struggling artists sleeping on people's couches, touring, no money, being broke because you spending all your money on equipment. And, you know, like, I feel like that ain't got to be the case for everybody. You know what I mean? That shouldn't be the case for every rapper and every artist. It looks like we're lagging. Let me see. I might have to switch out my Wi-Fi. Hold on. But yeah, so we see that a lot. And hold on. Let me turn this Wi-Fi off. Hold on. Okay, there we go. My bad, y'all. I had a couple problems in the chat. But yeah, so there's a couple things that I want to do. So first of all, my journey as an artist has been very interesting. I've been an independent artist for years now. I used to be a part of a traveling band and stuff like that. We were well funded and we had a lot of different resources. But now I'm independent and I'm not like a typical struggling artist. I mean, like, I'm not like rich. I'm not like famous, but I'm not like broke. You know, I have money to do what I want to do, to travel, to go out to eat and do stuff, right? So one of the biggest things for me that's important when it comes to finances is having like an emergency and safety net. So I have an emergency savings and a safety net. I have some investments through the Robinhood app. If you want to know more about that, drop it in the comments. But when you hear struggling artists, you usually think can't eat, you know, sleeping in his mom's basement, grandma's basement, living with his girlfriend, janky, tore up car, and all that kind of stuff. But you don't have to live that kind of lifestyle if you're going to be an artist. One of the things you can do if you're young, you know, and you're like, you know, a teenager or something like that, you live with your parents, I would strongly recommend picking up some side hustles. You can do things like, you know, flipping shoes, right? So if you live with your parents right now, like you got some Nikes, you got some Jordans, you could easily flip those shoes on eBay, Facebook Marketplace. You could start doing that. I know a couple people who are already doing that. And you could just sell your shoes, right? And then if you are a sneakerhead, you could look into like buying more shoes to resell, okay? So then you got things like that. And then once you get like old enough to start driving, then you can do things like DoorDash, Uber. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, by the way. You can do a lot of those different things just to bring a side income, so you're not just sitting there saying, oh, I'm going to grind it out until I get signed or until I get this or until I get a big paycheck. You can actually go out and work, because here's two things that usually happen. People, and this is what I did at first, you sacrifice everything. You sacrifice relationships, you sacrifice jobs, and you go all artist mode, and you don't want to work, you don't want to do that. You just want to go all artist and try to make money off the music, which you can do, and it's good. It's possible, right? But what happened is you turn down jobs, you don't want to work, and you just want to make the music work, which turns you into a struggling artist until you get enough income to survive. So one of the other options that people go to is like they give up on the music and they go corporate. They work 60, 70 hours a week, and then they give up on the music dream. But what you can do is build your life around the music, but then at the same time, like you start doing these different side hustles. You can, you know, be a barista at a coffee shop or something like that. But one of the things I highly recommend is like flipping shoes, flipping clothes, putting it on like different websites and stuff like that, just to get started making extra income. And here's the other thing. Go to like thrift stores to get y'all clothes, right? You can go to places like Plato's Closet, Salvation Army. Like, you don't have to be out here dripped out in V-Loan and all that. Like if you want to be dripped out, like you can do that. When I look at my career, right, I have a lot of nice stuff, but a lot of it came from gifts. It was given to me. I bought it like when I saved up for it, but you don't have to have all these diamonds and jewelry, and you don't have to have a dope car, right? I mean, we got like a normal car. I drive a Chevy Cruze. I mean, people assume that I have like a crazy expensive car, but I don't right now because I'm trying to be financially responsible. So it's all about looking fresh and feeling good and being crispy and being clean, right? But at the same time, not breaking the bank. Like, you don't have to go out and cash out on, like, there's so many sites where you can get like a custom necklace for like $100, $200, right? You ain't got to go out here and like drop $1,000, $2,000 on some jewelry, right? So that's one of the biggest things. We got the pressure as artists to drip out, to look good, to be fresher than everybody, to stand out, which is valid, right? But when I look at everything I got, my Yeezys, my Supreme, a lot of it was either given to me or like I bought it at a really good deal. You know what I mean? So there's other places where you can get good clothes for bargains and stuff like that. But you just look at any side hustle that you can do, right? And you also don't be quick to upgrade your life like quick, right? Don't try to lease a crazy car when you can drive. Don't try to move into a super expensive $1,000 a month apartment if you can't afford it. Now, if you got roommates and all that, then like you can save a lot more money. But when people get this pressure as an artist to go out and go crazy with their money and all that, like, it just makes you broke. People spend all their money trying to impress people who don't even care about them. So going back to what I said, start looking at flipping shoes, start looking at selling some of your clothes, like cut some grass, like do all these different side hustles, and then you can save up, and then you can start using things like the Robinhood app to start investing. And then, and here's one big thing that I really want to drive home. So a lot of people think you got to have all the plugins, you got to have the craziest computer, you got to have all the softwares. No, I use Logic. I use everything stock. Like, I have Waves plugins, but I barely use that stuff, right? So one of the biggest things you need to like realize is like you don't need to have a crazy touch bar on your laptop, $2,000 Mac. You don't need all that. Like, I got my laptop for like $900,000 or whatever, right? It was like either around that. Got it open box. And before I got my newer laptop, I was using like this old laptop I had since high school, and to that mug like was just running too slow for me because I was running Premiere editing and all that. And once you start cranking out music, you can start learning how to do everything yourself. Like start editing videos out of your house, on your laptop, start shooting videos on your phone, learn how to record and mix, and you can save a lot of money. So then when you start uploading your stuff on places like DistroKid, or you start uploading your stuff on, wherever you, whatever you use to get your music on iTunes and Spotify, if you don't have a plug, click the link in the description. It's going to say, get your music everywhere or something like that, and then you can get a discount code from me, right? So you click that link, and you upload your music, and you make all profit. Get on a Spotify playlist, and then boom, you making $50 here from your music, $100 there, and then you can put it back into it and buy stuff that you need, or you can put that in a savings account. You know what I mean? Don't go blowing your music money on like weed or like, you know what I mean, like going out to buy like a new outfit or something like that, man. Save it, stack it, and you gotta learn how to you gotta really learn how to like be smart with your money. You know what I mean? It's not about what you make, but it's how much you keep. So what I do is this: I got all my money coming in from Spotify, iTunes, my merchandise. You can find it in the description as well. And then what I try to do is invest some of that, and then I try to save some of that, and then I'll do a lot of different side hustles, and then I'll I'll use that money for my expenses. So my side hustles, like if I got to do some DoorDash, if I got to, you know what I mean, if I'm pressing up like that press y'all see in the back, if I'm pressing up shirts for other people, that money might go to pay my bills, you know what I mean, or whatever, right? Buy food or whatever. But then like the money I'm making from music, I might just put that in some stocks, or I might put that in like my savings account or something like that. So it's really all about having a humble approach when it comes to like being an independent artist and being honest. I see so many people trying to flex like they made it. Listen, y'all. Even though like I'm verified on TikTok, got a lot of got a Wikipedia article, got a lot of articles under my name, I still don't act like I made it and I arrived, because I haven't, right? I still got so long to go, right? Like, I'm gonna be doing music for the rest of my life, and I still feel like I'm just getting started. You know what I mean? So it's all about having a humble approach and being honest. Like, I could easily lease a Hellcat if I want to and be out here like, oh man, I'm famous. You know what I mean? Like, I'm rich. I can easily try to like get on here and flex and stuff like that. But what I try to do is be honest with my followers. I try to take the humble approach, and in that way people love you for you, and then people want to help you. People want to be a part of your journey, you know. So when I started seeing people like going out and buying like these Hellcats, and you know they got to pay $600 a month for these cars, man, we about to have our car paid off next year. That $600 a month can go straight to my savings account, or that can go into some stocks, which is going to build wealth over time. You know what I mean? So I did another video talking about stocks. Like, I literally took a free $5 stock, and then now I'm almost at $1,000 in my stock just based off of that, because I started putting a lot of my extra money into these stocks, right? So then that's going to build wealth. So, you know, I'm a young up and coming artist, and you know, like, I'm not signed. You don't have to be famous and signed just to have money. I mean, you might not have $1 million, but even the Lil Pumps and even a lot of these rappers don't always have $1 million. They actually owe money to the label. When the label give them a check, that $1 million turns to $500,000 after taxes. Then you got to pay producers, you got to pay engineers, and then you got to pay the label back. So like, it's not always what you think. So, you know, I got friends who make a lot of money off of music, and you probably never heard of them before. You know what I mean? Like, and they're just chilling, you know, making money off things like sync licensing. So at the end of the day, focus on your craft, focus on the music, make that as dope as you can make it, and then just try to live, you know, like, try to live a humble life, but at the same time, stand out, let people know you're an artist, be dripped out, be swagged out, but don't try to always buy things new. You don't always got to buy the Louis Vuitton, the Gucci's, unless it's a gift, or just get it fake, to be honest. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in my opinion, like, yo, if you gotta, like, somebody gave me a fake Gucci belt, I was wearing the heck out of that boy on stage, and people was like, yo, that mug crispy, and they like, yo, where you get that from? I'm like, somebody gave it to me. I ain't gotta be out here, yeah, I got a Gucci belt on, look at me. Like, I'm not Rod Wave, I'm not Roddy Rich, I'm not, you know, Lil Pumper 6ix9ine. Like, you know, like, I ain't got that kind of money, you know what I mean, or those kind of loans from a label. So, you know, if somebody asks me like, yo, where you get the belt from? Like, I ordered it offline or whatever, right? I ain't never ordered offline, but somebody gave me one. But, you know, for example, and it's all about looking good, man. Like, it's just being honest. As long as you honest, people will love you for you. You know what I mean? So this whole thing of artists, like, having to be rich and put on this facade, sometimes it work. You know what I mean? Just like going to school. Sometimes it work when you act like you made it and you won't. But eventually people will find you out. Eventually people will be able to see straight through, like, oh, this dude's capping, he fake. Like, you know, if you acting like that, if you walking around like that. But you ain't got to, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when I look at me, like, man, I be wearing the same hoodie for like a week, some ripped jeans, and then like I be in grind mode. And then when it's time for me to do a show, then I throw like some Yeezys on, some Supreme and all that, you know what I mean? But I ain't walking around every day with all my jewelry on. Like, I mean, besides like my gold necklace under here, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not dripped out every single day, man. That junk is like for the movies. That's fake. That's not real life, you know? So one of my biggest things that I want y'all to know is like, you can be honest and be yourself, and people love that underdog, independent, came from the bottom, started from the bottom. Like, they love the grind. They love promoting artists that they feel like that haven't made it yet. You know what I mean? So I hope this video helped you. If you got any questions, drop some comments. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Like this video. And if you have any questions, let me know. Let me know what you think of this video. I always love your feedback, because without